will be hearing from three of the most renowned men in the American War for Independence.
It was December the 30th, 1776. I stood with about 2,400 fellow Minutemen who had, under the command of General Washington, just victoriously attacked the garrison of Hessian soldiers in the town of Trenton.
After I heard that Washington, that's a rat, had gone and captured Trenton with only 2,400 men, he sneaked out of the city while I pursued him. He went to a large hill, the largest in all Trenton, and set up fortifications, preparing to fight me.
I was living in Trenton, New Jersey, when Washington marched his troops up to the largest hill. My ships were just up the Delaware, and I was sure I could send them to fire on those rebels if they caused too much discomfort.
I had reported to General Washington after preparing the camp and the fortifications, and he commanded me, saying, "Gather our best snipers and send them swiftly to the woods to attack Cadwalade and weaken the British troops before they reach our entrenchments."
My men were marching full speed ahead to Trenton, when out of the forest came volleys of shots, fired from snipers. No matter how hard my troops tried, we could not shoot down one of the swift and crafty Americans. Finally, after losing some men, we went to the bottom of Trenton Hill, and our troops began to prepare for an attack.
Viewing from the town as a true British Loyalist, I prayed that my mother country's forces would crush the rebels into submission. The odds were most uneven, and when the well-armed forces of the British and Hessian troops reached Trenton, it seemed clear that the colonists would be demolished.
When I called out, "Ready, aim, fire," my brave soldiers trudged up that hill and tried to cross the little bridge that separated my honest troops from those rebelling colonists. But the ferocious little pests held the bridge, and not one of my men could cross into their lines.
We kept the British from passing the bridge for a full 24 hours, and then suddenly it happened. The lobster backs turned and marched back down to their camp farther below the hill we had fortified.
When I was informed that the British had been forced back, I could not believe my ears. Everyone had been expecting a British victory. But if I knew Cornwallis as I thought I knew him, he would prepare another large assault by the morning.
That night, after a long day of fighting, my men were ready for rest. As I planned for the next day, one of my quartermasters encouraged me to continue fighting through the night. And he thought that Washington might escape before dawn. But I replied, "Do not fear. We shall assuredly bag him in the morning."
I inquired General Washington to see if we would prepare for battle on the following morning, but he stated that one of the lieutenants had found a secret path leading out of Trenton. He then ordered but a few men to stay and make a large amount of noise atop the hill, while every other living soul was commanded to escape down the secret muddy path.
On the morning of January 3rd, 1777, I awoke to find that my greatest rival, George Washington, had utterly outsmarted me. He and all his men had escaped in the night. That was my greatest loss in the American War for Independence. And although he was my enemy, I must say that General Washington is the wisest of all the colonists' generals.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed hearing from these three men. We hope to see you again.